Guys, welcome back to our second episode of the Underqualified podcast. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm giving the camera the side eye.
I know. We actually have a camera this time, and it's actually a real camera.
Hopefully it's working.
I know. Well, we're gonna look back at that video and it's gonna be like, oh, it wasn't recording the entire time. Error. And because we already got one error before we even started recording, but literally half my family was like, can't wait to listen to your first episode, when we were literally sitting there trash talking the opposite gender the entire time. My poor cousin, who is a guy, is gonna be like, why? Yeah. Bailey, we're totally mentioning you in this podcast.
Dude, I hope my ex-boyfriend doesn't listen to it because you trash talked him like twice in it.
No, I didn't. I trash talked him outside the podcast. Just said he was a skinny little twig.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, if you are hearing this, it's too late because the hurricane definitely swept us away. There is a hurricane currently today. right now. Luckily, it's not that bad here. We've barely gotten rain. Barely gotten wind. Maybe it'll come tomorrow, but it hit land today.
Well, it hit because Cooper evacuated.
That's why he's here.
Yeah, classes got canceled Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's just literally me just beating him up.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway,
anywho,
we are on to a better topic today.
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about girlhood, and
yes.
I feel like we need to look at the camera more because it's kind of throwing me off. But we're talking about girlhood today, which is something that, we're both women.
Yes,
I think.
Well, if we're really gonna get into it, I got the definition of girlhood.
Oh, that's a good way to start.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll read it off. It says, to define girlhood, it refers to the period of a person's life when they are a girl. Mm-hmm. So we can relate in that sense. Also, I hope so. Also, it doesn't matter if you were a girl at birth or if now you identify as a girl. You can still have girlhood. Still
experience the girlhood. Because
exactly.
There are people who have that sense of girlhood without being a girl, which I hate that. I hate being put in the wrong body of I want to have that experience of girlhood without that kind of judgment.
Yeah.
In a way.
Oh yeah, we'll get into it.
We got a list. We got a list on the phone, a list on the little notepad. We got our snacks.
Yes, we do have snacks.
Good stuff.
I'm drinking hot cocoa. We're ready. It also says the developmental stage characterized by physical, emotional, and social changes as a person transitions from being a child to a teenager. I don't necessarily agree. I agree to an extent at the end to the childhood to a teenager, but I would say change the ending to that to girls being girls. Just girls being girls.
Well, and it's which this is something I actually had written down, but that kind of flows into that definition of there is that stage of as a girl I say between the ages of 5 to 12.
Yeah.
All you want to do is grow up and be that woman. Oh yeah, get that pillow. Get that pillow in there.
If I want the pillow or not.
There is that part in your life where you're all I want to do is grow up, and all I want to do is be those girls I see on TV and be those people that you idolize, and then you do become into that stage of being a teenager where you start experiencing all these weird things in life. Puberty, gross, hate it. Periods, also gross. Yep. Boo.
Yep.
Tomato.
We'll get into
tomato.
And I've got a bullet point of periods.
Yeah, too. And then you grow up. I say grow up at the point where it's there's no turning back in your life, where you are regarded as that adult. You get the comments of wow, you've really grown into your body.
Yeah.
Which is so backhanded.
Yeah.
And then all you want to do is go back to being that little girl, and you reminisce on the fact that you erased that little girl. I love those videos where people are oh, I tried to hide the girl I was. And it's people showing parts of their room that are still there from when they were little.
Aww.
It makes me so sad because I think about this room, man. Y'all, my green screen room. Ooh, the green screen room when my walls were were you there for that?
I don't think I was.
Oh my god, when I was 12 and I was before, when we first moved in this house, I went to volleyball camp, and I was Mom, Dad, all I want is my room to be neon green. Who the hell no.
So we always military. I'm a military brat, and we always rented houses. So I never really got the luxury of painting a wall, and I'm glad that I didn't get that luxury, because I definitely would have gone through a pink wall phase.
I feel like you would have done the blue.
Oh yeah.
The light blue that everyone had.
Yes. And I had a friend that had purple wall. I had a friend that had a pink wall.
You didn't make bad decisions like the rest of us, but that's part of girlhood.
I wasn't able to.
Thinking back on the times where you said, I made a mistake painting my room the teal blue that is just everywhere. That's another dorm room thing too, is that blue.
Yeah. My first bullet point was forming friendships and relationships. I feel like is girlhood. Like there's something, I have that on my list too. I don't know, there's something so innocent. Beautiful, and innocent about creating friendships with other girls, with other people. They're just, I don't know, if you're a girl, you get it. If you know, you know.
Yeah, it's very
boyhood is the same, creating like those friendships and stuff.
I just feel like it's so, I mean, obviously we're never going to be able to experience that, but
yeah, there's
obviously like I feel like there's more of an innocence that comes to girl friendships in a way, like, because when you are with it's the same with guy friends, I don't know why I'm saying that, but like there's a sense of innocence that comes out where you're not as much focused on who you're presenting and more of like who you can be.
Yes.
And act a lot more childish. Like, I mean, that's something that I've noticed with some of my friends, is that I'll act a lot more childish. I'll act out.
Yeah.
Be like a little teenager again, even though I'm 22 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like when you're with a group of girls, you can explore interests like that you have mutual, or if you don't have it mutual with your friends, like fashion, or we like to crochet.
We love crocheting, guys.
We bonded over volleyball as well. But I think girlhood is simply just bonding and exploring interests together, whether it's what we said, or softball, flag football, whole bunch of things.
Shit, just syncing up on your periods is girlhood.
Oh my gosh.
Literally me right now.
I wish.
The entire office.
I don't know if I should say this, but I haven't had a period in months.
Oh my God, are you pregnant?
No, I'm infertile.
Girlhood. Love infertility. Same.
Yes.
A little bit endometriosis sprinkled in there.
Yeah, well, at least got a period. So something's shedding. You're
just not the right parts. The right parts are not shedding.
I also put, this is really random, but I hope that I can relate to anybody that's in school still. But I said girlhood is going to school and being in unique clubs that you actually enjoy the people that are there, and that you have a common interest, and you're not just doing it for the extra ribbon or rope that you get around your neck at graduation. Because I know I did that. I was like in a competition with myself to see how many clubs I could be in, so that my neck was like stacked on graduation day for high school. I don't know. I was in these clubs for not the right reasons, and I feel like girlhood is like, I don't know, connecting with people and actually being in groups that you enjoy their company and stuff. So I don't know, that one was random.
I mean, I can see that, but also like, man, you got to build up that resume in high school, right? You got to build that thing up for college, which is a whole different conversation. But if you're not, sometimes like, I mean, that's why I did a varsity sport for 4 years, so that I could play in college, and then blew up my knee anyway, so it didn't really matter. But
in your shoulder.
In my shoulder. And got concussions and broke my nose when I was 13.
Nose job
at 13, guys. I'm not Jewish, I swear.
She recommends. She definitely recommends.
I do not recommend, actually. It's the most painful week of my life. It was terrible. I know I have the picture somewhere.
Oh boy. You'll have to send it to me so I can put it in.
Let me pull up the pictures. I know my mom sent it to me. Actually, she just texted me right now about the Stoke coffee at Target. They have the pumpkin spice. I don't know. Side note. Anyways.
I guess I'll just keep on going off my list while you look for that. This is kind of into a deeper feeling, deeper subject, but I said girlhood is developing a sense of identity. Not knowing who you are is okay, and I feel like at the end of the day we're all just trying to fit in and fit into ourselves in our own skins, be comfortable. No,
that's
I'm trying to be serious.
Okay, continue.
We'll tell that story in October. Fit into ourselves and be comfortable in our own skin, no matter what that looks like, because it most definitely, it looks different for everyone, I feel like. So some individuality and an identity. Not identity crisis, even though that's definitely girlhood too, but
everyone has some sort of girl identity crisis when they come to this like kind of realization, almost like an epiphany of who they should be hanging out with, who they should be talking to. Being popular is not all that it's cracked up to be. It's not fun. Finding people within your niche is always the best option, rather than trying to commit yourself to a group of people that aren't in your best wish.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I feel like no. I get it. I feel like in high school you're always like trying to fit in and be in the it crowd, or like even then trying to find your niche, and most people find it in high school, but then you move on to college and you kind of lose that group most of the time, which is okay. But once you get to college, I feel like a lot of people feel like that's their time, you know, to thrive and be with the group of people they want to be with for life. And it's okay if you don't find your lifelong friends in college either. I feel like it looks different for everyone. Like, I don't know, if you look at your parents or whoever your guardian of whatever you got, you know, and you look at them and you see how many friends they have, I don't know. What I'm saying is, like, I wouldn't rush into trying to find your niche, whether it's high school or college, wherever you're at in life, because it'll come. That's all I have to say about your thing. Do you have I've been going off of my notes.
No,
what's on
it's
yours?
totally, I mean, your list is kind of like the same as my list, really. It's
my
like,
next one is on periods and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. When I was thinking about like me, kind of like the experience of growing up, like the state, like how we were talking about before, like the stages you go through. And one of the first things I thought of was like, hey, me asking my mom for the first time if I could shave my legs. Like that entire thing. And like, you know, like the first razor, this was my mom, but like the first razor I got was like an electric razor that like spun.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just use an electric one too.
She wouldn't let me use like a real razor. And then we went to the ones like the big chunky ones that had like the soap on the outside so that I wouldn't cut myself. And then we moved on to like a little bit smaller, and then we went on to, hey, you can start picking out your own razor now. Yeah. And that was like, oh my gosh, like I'm a woman now. And then it turned into, hey, can I start wearing makeup? Ooh. Yeah. And I wasn't allowed to do that until I think like 8th grade, and then I started wearing mascara. Like that was the only thing I was allowed to wear. Ooh. I
didn't know that. I forget. I guess I forget about that part. I don't know. Do you remember what age you were when you started shaving, like with your first razor?
I think I was my leg hair was a forest.
Yeah, I remember I was at a family gathering. We were all in the pool, and I remember one of my older cousins, we were just having a conversation. I ended up looking down at my, just looking around, and realized, OMG, my leg hair, you can see it. Yeah. And that's when I was like
that click of like, holy crap. It's like that societal thing. It's like, hey, you're supposed to be hairless as a girl. Yeah. Which is something that I put down on my list, is like these, like, what?
Nothing. I'm like,
which is like those societal like expectations you have as a woman growing up. Like, you're supposed to, which now with these, I hate being this person, I'm like, but these newer generations, with these newer generations, they're not like that anymore. There's not that stage of wearing awkward clothes, like those stupid plaid shorts. Yep. Oh my god, I hated those plaid shorts. I remember wearing them in 4th grade. I matched with this girl, Allison and we had matched.
Call her out.
Followed her on Instagram. I was like, girl, oh my god. But we matched.
Justice. I wore clothes from freaking Walmart. I still wear clothes out from Walmart.
Same. I remember my grandma would take me shopping at Justice in the mall to go to a dance, and I probably still have those clothes in the attic.
Oh yeah. I kind of had a similar bullet point to that. I said, learning to navigate social expectations and gender roles. Yes. My notes. Okay, sorry, I'm laughing at my notes. Oh god. I said, if there was a draft today, are you the person who stands tall on the front lines? Because, women's rights, women are allowed to be on
we can have
lines.
A whole conversation into feminism, because let me tell you, that could be another episode, because my god, I can go on about that stuff forever.
I said, are you the person that stands on the front lines, or would you rather get back in the kitchen and pop babies out like nobody's business?
See, okay, here's the thing.
If there was a draft today.
Here's the thing. If someone said you're expected to go into the military and fight in a war, I'd say, oh, sorry guys, I've had 3 surgeries, I can't do that. Which I literally wouldn't be able to get into the military, period. Because, plot twist, guys, I want to kill myself. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to have to bleep kill. Have to bleep that word out.
Sewer bleep that out too.
I will.
But not that I would be open to, I'm not having kids. Literally babysitting my nephew today at dinner, and I was like, I'm literally holding him going, tree, book, car. And I said, you are the best birth control life could offer. Best birth control ever. Which is another thing. Kids. Having kids is a societal expectation for women. No one wants to ruin their vagina like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but there's literally people that get vaginoplasties because of the expectation that there's supposed to be some sort of to it for their husband.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my husband don't like me, then why are we married? That's on period.
Right now I don't want kids, and I can't see myself having kids for a while.
I can't see myself being pregnant.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think I could handle it, honestly. But I also feel like one day there might be that person that I'm like, wow, I'm so in love with you that I want to start a family. I don't feel that now, but maybe when I'm like, I don't want to put a number to it.
I was about to say, we are in our 20s. That's what I think about. It's like within the next 10 years, I will be married. Hopefully. Praying on the Lord for that one. I better be married in 10 years. I got to prove to my family that I'm, in fact, not a lesbian. So we got to get married.
That's good. Wait, what? Wait, what'd you say? I didn't process what you said.
No, I said I better be married in the next 10 years because I'm trying to prove to my family I'm, in fact, not a lesbian.
Got it.
I get the, honey, you can be whatever you want. We'll love you for who you are.
I used to get that when I played softball. I
still get that at 22 years old, even though I will go out every weekend and kiss every man that I see. But apparently that isn't straight enough for my family.
Wait, can I backtrack to...
Ooh. I had some good stuff on here about like having your first crush and like having little boyfriends when you were little.
Ooh, I
don't think I ever broke up with my boyfriend from 2nd grade. Still hitched, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Never broke up.
Did you have a first kiss, but you were like not a real kiss, like you were in kindergarten or like first grade kiss?
Honestly, I couldn't remember it. I remember I had it. Here's the thing though. With me, God, this sounds so pick me of me, but I was never that girl that was like, oh my God, I like you.
Really?
Because I was always like the girl who played sports, the girl that was friends with everyone because of how athletic she was. And so I was never...
Slight flex. Continue.
Ooh. I was never looked at as a girl. I was looked at as, hey, you're stronger than me and taller than me. I was also the tallest girl in my grade, which literally didn't help either. I didn't do dance. I played volleyball. And I looked like a man while doing it, which sucked. I was also built like a linebacker until I lost weight to an eating disorder.
I guess, well... I'll have to bleep that out. I'll have to bleep that word out too.
My God. We're just going to put a tally.
You're putting more work for me.
No, we're going to put a tally in the corner of the screen that says, how many times can Savannah be bleeped out this episode? Right now we're at like probably 6.
Yeah. Let me think. I do remember my first kiss. I don't know if I should tell the story, but it was another family that lived in our neighborhood. Aww. I was probably kindergarten or first grade, and there was a brother that was my age and then a sister of this family that was closer to my sister's age. And so we all got along really well and went to kindergarten, first grade, second grade with this boy. And I remember we kissed on the couch. I don't know if it was his house or my house. Twice. We kissed and then we were like, should we do it again? Because we were feeling all like frisky.
Ooh, when you feel all spicy?
Yeah. And then, I don't know. I remember that. I still remember him. Funny enough, the store that I used to work at, it was on the beach. It was very touristy, and there were people that said they were from where this person was from, where I used to live. And I was like, no way, do you go to this college? They were like, yeah. And I was like, do you know C? And they were like, dude, that's our boy. And they literally FaceTimed him. This is like years later, like 12. No, this is like, oh my God, probably 14 years later.
Oh, that would freak me out.
And I was like, OMG, how are you doing, C? And he was like, dude, what are the odds? Which we kept up with each other on social media. So it wasn't like we hadn't talked in forever. But it was so small world that his friends were taking a trip to our town that I live out now. You know, that was such a long story.
I mean, everyone has their one true love. You know mine. We all know mine. My family knows mine.
All right, yeah. I think we mentioned him in the last episode, and I
no, because that sounds like a terrible idea, and this is like the only person I ever get nervous around too, which is something else that's so girly. It's like I love being girly with that kind of stuff.
Me too.
I don't really ever get nervous around guys because I'm like,
you don't really like
scary. I like men.
No. I'm saying like the guys that you don't get nervous around, like, oh my God, I thought.
The ones I don't get nervous around are the ones that literally have the shittiest personality possible. And because of that, maybe because I look for a specific type, that kind of makes me want.
Well, it makes sense if you're talking with a person, you're not nervous, you're super comfortable, you low-key don't like them because you have nothing in common with them.
Exactly.
That's if you're a girl or a guy, like no matter, like, relationship or not.
Man, I wish I could show you this man. Okay, so girlhood right here, guys. When I worked at a coffee shop, oh God, I really hope he doesn't see this. He probably won't. But he still goes to the college I go to. I think he's 2 years younger than me.
I went to.
I
graduated.
Graduate. I know, I'm sorry, I forget. But I worked at a rock climbing gym. The coffee shop was in the rock climbing gym, and it was a local coffee shop. And let me tell you, rock climbing gyms, beautiful. Loved them. Became friends with all the hot men there.
Shredded men.
Shredded. Oh my gosh. I will say, I'm a personality gal. We discussed that last episode. But let me tell you, I, as an art major who have done figure drawing classes, can appreciate physique.
Finger drawing.
I did a figure drawing. I would have to watch nude people for 2 hours, guys. It's not as fun as you think it is. It's not fun. But I can appreciate a muscular man who I've studied. And let me tell you, rock climbing, it shows everything. Not like that, but like as in a musculature.
You know who also picked up rock climbing? Vinny Hacker.
Of course he did.
Sorry. We need to move on from him.
Love him. We need to get a framed picture of him and put him in the middle.
Yeah.
And this man, beautiful, probably dumb as a box of rocks. Beautiful, beautiful man. Super sweet too. And I remember this one time, this is also the only other time I've ever been actually nervous around a man. He was so cute. I was sitting there in my little corner. Okay, the coffee shop I worked at, barely got any business. There was one person working at a time for like 8 hours. Because of how slow it was, I'd sit in the corner of the coffee shop and type on my computer and do homework. And one day, this man had a girlfriend though. It's fine. I would break them up. I'm not that kind of girl though. Kind of. Anyways. But I made eye contact. Eye contact is key. Eye contact is key. And I love eye contact. I think it's such a big tell on... I'm a big eye person too. Like, I will fall in love with someone because of their eyes. Because of, like, eyes are the windows to the soul.
Right.
That's so me. But anyways. I'll
bleep that out.
Hey, please. That has to be something. But I made eye contact with him from across the gym. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, there's no way he comes in here. I was like, there's no way. I was like, who would stop what they, like, he was about to climb. And I was like, there's no way he's going to stop what he's doing. Come over here and get a cup of coffee. I was like, that's so stupid. And what did he do? He came over to the coffee shop, shirt off and everything in all of his glory. Oh my gosh, yeah. And actually, when I tell you, I wish I could demonstrate it by setting this up, but I'm typing it on the iPad and I took my hands off the iPad. There was sweat marks from my fingers. That's how hard I was sweating. And I could feel like my face getting hot because I was so embarrassed. And I was like, oh, like, how's your day? And he was like, oh, it's good.
How old was he?
I think he's 2 years younger than me.
Oh,
so
you said that.
Your age.
Okay.
And I was like, how's your day? And he's like, oh, it's good. I was like, oh, are you getting your, like, normal? Because he would come in and get his coffee. And I made it, whatever. And I was like, oh, like, have a great day. He was like, thanks, you too. No other conversation. I was so disappointed, but I was like...
He had a girl, so you probably didn't really...
Yeah, and he has a girl, I'm sure. But he's just like... And I would see he didn't party a lot either. Also, at this time, his girlfriend was still in high school, by the way. Yeah. Now she's in college, but yeah. And all of his friends are hot too. They were so nice.
We can take a little mini trip.
Or I could probably show you the roster picture. Give me a second, guys. We're not going to show you this, but if only we could. And I'd be outed, and then I'd probably be put on a restraining order. He's so hot. Holy shit. He plays soccer.
I liked a soccer boy at one point.
Okay, I tried rock climbing twice. Just about tore my shoulder off again. I do want to go rock climbing again, though. I think you would like it. It's actually kind of fun.
I remember I took a trip to your college town, and we were supposed to, and I ended up we went to a party or a get-together instead of rock climbing.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm thankful, because this isn't the rock climbing that you're, like, attached to a harness.
Well, no, the walls are only, like, 10 feet tall. 20 feet tall.
I know, but I'm saying, like, this is like free.
Oh yeah,
like, I don't know what the term, not free weight, but you're not strapped in, like, it's all your own strength, you know. Yeah. I would have made a fool of myself. Sorry, you're fine. The girls' Instagram now.
I've heard people say that they're like, she's lucky she's pretty, because apparently she has no personality, which I hate when people say that.
Yeah.
But
because imagine someone saying that behind your back. Ooh.
Or people saying she's got a lot of personality. I don't like when people say that either. That feels so backhanded, which I'm one of those people that says, hey, I have a lot of personality and I'm so sorry ahead of time. But anyways, so like having that crush.
Yeah.
How did a crush on this man? Yeah. And oh my gosh, no, this is something we do not very often. Actually, we do it when we hang out, but getting dressed up.
Oh yeah.
That kind of like,
I put it down here. I said girlhood is getting ready with a bunch of friends, knowing that the moment that we're having getting ready is much more fun because we're dancing, we're singing, we're laughing. It's way more amusing than actually going out. The act of going out. Because once you get to your destination, you're like,
I was about to say, I've gotten more lap dances getting my makeup done than I ever will in my lifetime in the past year. Just in Miami, I think I got 3 lap dances and I was like, thanks guys so much. But it's like that like kind of, it's what gets the night kind of going. Like I love getting ready. I think it's so fun. And I hate that like when you're young, all you want to do is like go against the fact that you like getting dressed up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that was kind of toxic of me.
Yeah.
to think that. And now like I used to be like that. I was like, I'm a tomboy.
Me too.
Tom girl, whatever it's called.
Or I was the same. I didn't start wearing makeup until maybe 10th grade. And that was just putting on eyebrows. That was it. I wore no makeup until realistically last year was when I first did a full I bought foundation for the first time. Yeah.
So that's why
yeah. So when I look back at pictures in high school, I'm like, wow, I was a baby. I just didn't wear makeup. But yeah, I was super kind of known also as the tomboy in my family, and so I didn't really like to I always got dressed up, but it just wasn't the normal dress up. Like I was always in like mom jeans or like you know, figuring out my style. And when it came to makeup, I waited till I could afford my own and buy it myself and play with it by myself. So
I was gonna say, my mom got me like when I want to start wearing concealer, she got me like, you know, the one that you like twist and it's like the little wand thing.
I still have it. It's the Maybelline
that's when she first got me, like when I was like a freshman in high school, because I was like, Mom, I want to start wearing like makeup, and she was like, oh well, like I'll take you to the store and we can figure out, but she's like, this is all you're allowed to use. So I wasn't allowed to use anything. So I was just like raccoon eyes with a concealer that was too light for my face.
See, luckily I never went through that phase of like, you know, you did sports, I did sports growing up. I never went through that phase where like wearing mascara and then going to a sport and then like being sweaty. Like I didn't ever deal with that just because I never wore makeup. Ooh, okay. Girlhood is letting a stranger of the opposite sex, so a man, hold the door open for you, like a stranger, like you don't even know them. Like let's say you're walking to like Walmart or anywhere that has a door, and like a guy like goes out of his way to like grab the door for you. You don't have that? Okay, that's not girlhood then.
I feel like that's just
men.
Chivalry.
Okay, yeah, well,
chivalry hopefully isn't dead.
Yeah, well, I guess then my next 2 points were eating out and then the man paying for you. I love that. Going to see a movie and getting way too many sweets to where you have a tummy ache after and all you can do is complain about having a tummy ache.
About when someone's shit in the theater. That's girlhood right there.
Have we told that story? I don't think we have.
That could be our last thing.
Should it?
Yeah, let's end on the note of me and Ashley went to go see a movie one night.
We're going to see the new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Which was fantastic, by the way. I cried.
You cried a lot.
I cried 3 times.
But you were also in and out of changing your meds at the time, so it could have been that.
Really pulled the you're sad, no, sorry about your medication. That's not true. You know how I cried again on it. I watched it and I cried, and my dad really watched me cry.
It's really
he goes, why are you crying? I said, because I hate animal abuse.
Spoiler,
don't hurt the animals. Anyways, but so go ahead.
It's a Tuesday night, and if you don't know,
$5 movies.
Regal does $5 movies if you have the app, so you better go to the movies on Tuesday. And so this is the same theater that I had the story last time. It was so hot in there. Same movie theater. We get there, we notice, should I say this? There's a bus outside, so I'm like, dang, it's gonna be packed. And let's just say it wasn't a long bus.
It was a short bus.
And so
literally.
So we were like, oh, it's going to be busy. Guardians of the Galaxy had just came out. So we sit down. We got so many snacks. I got 2 things of candy. You got 2 things of candy. We got a large popcorn.
We were there to grub.
We shared an icy, the big icy, you know? And so we sit down, and then closer to the end, let's say 20 minutes till the movie's over.
It was like literally as like the last, and I don't even know. It was like the last scene in the movie where they're all like escaping or whatever and dancing. And we were sitting there and I was like,
she kept on nudging me. Did you fart?
I was like, did you shit your pants?
And I was like, no, I thought you were farting. I didn't want to embarrass you.
I think we're close enough friends now where we can fart, but no.
And then all of a sudden we hear other people starting to.
Well, and the people behind us, that's when we like, that's when we knew it was bad, because the people behind us had their shirts over their noses. And we turned around and I was like, did one of you fart? Like, what's going on here? And they were like, no, we thought it was something up front where y'all were. And I was like, man, if I shit pants, you would know.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe someone else shit pants.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of old women in wheelchairs.
I think it was...
And think one of them shit their pants.
Yeah, an old person was getting wheeled out, ramped out.
They left it there. They left it. It smelled like ass there. Bleep that out. It smelled like ass there. And they were just wheeling them out. Yeah. And I was like, are y'all not going to clean it up?
As they walked past us, the smell was Savannah was gagging. I was gagging and I was like crying, because you know when you like dry heave, you just like start tearing. It was so bad. And then everybody like towards the end
everyone got up, and you could tell that everyone felt the same, because everyone was like, man,
dude. And then the second like the end, what's it called?
The credit scene.
Yeah, after that, like we were running.
We went out of there.
We were running out of there because it was stinky.
I love when like there's some weird traumatic moment going on and you're bonding with the people behind you in the movie theater. You're like, man, did you see that guy limp out of here? Like, holy crap. But like, hey, did you smell that lady roll by when she shit her pants? Man, me too. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's just I'll still never get. I remember we came home.
I remember the smell. Just thinking about it.
I just remember we came home, and I live with our parents. Came home, my mom was like, "How was the movie?" And I was like, "Mom, someone shit their pants. Mom, someone poopied their pants."
I think it smells like caca and wee whiz in here. Quite literally, it smells like caca and wee whiz.
Smells like pee pee and poo poo in here. No, seriously, why does it smell like caca and wee whiz in here?
I was like, this has to be a prank. This has to be a joke. I was like, no way someone would shit their pants in the Fort Theater.
I'll have to bleep that out. No, the funny thing is Chris Pratt was doing some promotional thing where he was acting as if he was like an artificial intelligent Chris Pratt of himself, promoting the movie, life-sized screen of the people that were walking out of the theater. Anyways, and he goes, he basically said, hopefully nobody pooped their pants, you know what I'm saying?
We really didn't see the manifestation in that.
And I was like, it came on my For You page right after we left, and I was like, that's
Don't
weird.
you hate it when TikTok listens to your poopy pants stories and we can pick up on it?
Yeah, we need to talk about...
We can talk about government conspiracy theories another time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Okay, well, thanks for... I guess we'll end
for
on
listening to our poopy pants story. This was the end of our second episode about Girlhood.
Yeah.
Sorry to all of our family members that just had to listen to that entire thing, even though some of it was very educational and intellectual sounding. Yeah.
Here, let me just say this. I feel like at the end of the day, girlhood is diverse and a complex phase in anyone's life. Or you could even say in certain people's culture, it's different. We're both white.
Oh, yeah.
We're both white, so we don't have culture. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. All of our information is going to be down in the description if we make it that far. So it's every Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah, thanks.